Let's take a look at some of the really exciting benefits that the radio experience can bring to programming and promotions. The goal of any radio station is to provide the most content for the listener, but we're always limited to 60 minutes an hour to squeeze in weather, traffic, promotions, PSAs, Amber Alerts, and the list goes on. If you're a music station, you've been limited to delivering these messages between the songs. But what if you could deliver more information to the listener every hour, even during music? Now you can. Message casting gives your station the ability to communicate and touch listeners in a way that was never before possible, visually. Let's take a look at some of the buzzwords of message casting, what they mean, and how they relate to your radio station. In message casting, there are essentially three types of data: pad data, near-pad data, and non-pad data. PAD is an acronym for Program Associated Data. This means that the data on display to the listener is directly associated with the audio cut. Now remember those old greasy card labels? They contained song title, artist, cut ID, duration, and other information that related directly to the recording. That's PAD data. And since most stations already manage this data within their automation system, the radio experience software utilizes this data and delivers it to the listener virtually hassle-free for you. The radio experience software also works with all major automation systems on the market today. Now let's look at near-pad data. As you may have guessed, this is data that's related to the audio that's on the air, but indirectly. This would be data such as concert information, CD sales information, or even where to download the MP3. And finally, there is non-pad data. This is information that has nothing at all to do with the audio that may be playing at the current time. This is things such as weather, contests, station promotions, client information, and anything else you deem worthy enough to share with your listeners. Now that we understand the different types of data that can be shared, let's look at the tools that Broadcast Electronics has available for you. Message Manager is an online message management system for creating, editing, and scheduling your station's near and non-pad messages. Here I can create a message, script the different outputs for the different displays, such as RDS, HD, and web, and set a duration for each message. I can even set a start and stop date for each message. Once the message has been created, then I create a message block. The message block is simply a group of messages. I can have one message in each block or multiple messages in each block that will rotate randomly. Once my block is created and contains at least one message, I can then schedule that block in an easy-to-use graphical interface. It is important to note that Message Manager can be accessed from anywhere you have an Internet-enabled PC. It is password protected and can be accessed by multiple people or a single station contact. Radio station group and market managers can access all stations in one easy-to-use interface, or a single station programmer or promotions person can be restricted to their single station. Another exciting plugin for the radio experience software is Newsflash Pro. Think of Newsflash Pro as a tool for delivering time-sensitive messages through your message casting stream instantaneously. Newsflash Pro would typically run from the on-air studio or possibly a newsroom, but you can run it from any location that has network accessibility to the radio experience software. It can even be run on location from a station promotion or a sporting event. Here you see a message being typed into Newsflash Pro with the ability for all different destinations to have a different message. Then that message gets assigned a duration and instantly is sent to the listener. Newsflash Pro can be used for sending weather alerts, contest information, promotion information, Amber Alerts, and more. And an additional plug-in interface with Newsflash Pro allows it to automatically pass EAS alerts through your message casting stream with or without station personnel intervention. Finally, let's take a look at how this different data can be displayed. With analog FM, there are two main types of display data: PS, or program service, and radio text. PS is displayed as an 8-character display. However, the Radio Experience software gives you the ability to make this display dynamic. This gives the receiver the ability to display song title and artist, and even promotional or advertiser messages. Radio text, on the other hand, is a much larger display, with the ability to show 64 characters in one data stream. All RDS receivers can show program service or radio text, or sometimes both of these displays. If you are an HD broadcaster, Ubiquiti has its own data protocol called PSD, or Program Service Data. In this case, data is sent to the receiver in fields rather than a string of text. For example, the title and artist field are sent separately. Another common display is your website. TRE can display messages in text only, or a rich graphical display with such things as station and sponsorship graphics and album art. Of course, the options for display does not end there. You can send data to billboards, cell phones, email, and much more. And the Radio Experience software can send data to all of these outputs simultaneously.